Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, we're breaking down all of this week's hottest stories in a new Hot Talk panel. And Kate Dimmick from People's Style Watch magazine shows this season's best winter accessories. Plus, Wendy's got you covered with all of today's juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Always good on a Friday. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, I was planning on wearing a red dress anyway, but something terrible happened right before the doors opened. I was putting moisturizer on, and you ever get it on your clothes? Doing a television show where he's about to open the double doors, and you're like, what am I going to do? So they threw me another red dress. First, we started trying to dry it, thinking that it was water, but I knew what it was, but I didn't want to say. Anyway, so I apologize. I was almost late for you. I'm wearing red today in support of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women movement. Yes, we all know that heart disease is the #1 killer of women. You can prevent it with small, simple changes in your lifestyle. Go to wendyshow.com for more information. Wow, your hair is beautiful. Yours. Suzanne, do you see her? It's big, and it's gray, and it's healthy, and wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you mind if I come over and root you during the commercial? Can I come touch it? Thank you, thank you. There's a new best friend situation going on, and I approve, not that they ask my opinion. The newly divorced Melanie Griffith has a new best friend, Kris Jenner. Well, I know what you're thinking. Why? I'll tell you why. Melanie recently divorced Antonio Banderas. It was a very heated divorce. Not that divorce is ever friendly. Remember, she got the tattoo of his name removed and everything. They were married for many, many years. Melanie is 57 years old. Kris is 59, and she's in the process of a divorce and a transition and just, you know, a mess. She needs to sometimes hang out with people her own age, just sometimes. And I think that Melanie is, look, they both like their cigarettes. Melanie says that she's been sober for like 5 years now. We know that Kris loves a drink, or 5, and a cigarette behind the bushes. You know, they both seem to like have a youthful effervescence. I don't know Melanie Griffith, but I heard she's a whole lot of fun. So she probably still likes to go to the club, you know, with Kris. I don't know, I feel like when we as women go through hard things, we need to make ourselves strong enough so we don't need anybody, just in case there's nobody for, just in case. But it's nice if you do have somebody that you have more in common than just that you both have lady parts. And I like this, yeah. And Melanie reportedly thinks that hanging out with Kris will bring her back in the spotlight, which it will. You know, Kris has more of the social media followers. Kris is photographed more. Kris is always out and about doing things. So yeah, it will make Melanie Griffith relevant again, if that's the kind of relevance she wants. Personally speaking, if I was an award-winning actress and, you know, part of the top tier of Hollywood, I wouldn't want to be friends down here hold on, with a trashy reality star is what I was about to say. Listen. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Kris Jenner in terms of how she got her money. I mean, one thing we do have to credit her is that she's a brilliant businesswoman who's amassed millions for her entire family. And a lot of you are still trying to figure out what they do. But in the echelon of you know, hierarchy in Hollywood, I would think that an actress, now she used to be A-list, she's not A-list anymore, but she's not exactly D-list. She's a lot more credibility and accolades as a fabulous actress than Kris does as that woman. And it's almost like Melanie's slumming. On the other hand, this is good for Chris, because Chris doesn't have any Hollywood hierarchy girlfriends that we know of. So this is excellent for Chris. Excellent. They have mutual goals, which are, to stay relevant, and I smell a reality show. Thelma and Louise style, or Shekinah and Tiny style, or something, or Paris and Nicole Richie. I smell a reality Melanie, don't let that woman talk you into that, Chris, congratulations, nice score on the new BFF. Kerry Washington is involved in a different kind of scandal. Well, here's Kerry, but she's on the cover of the new InStyle magazine. And people, and you know which people I'm talking about, my people, are accusing the magazine of lightening her skin. Okay, clap if it looks like they've lightened her skin. Okay. People do Photoshop and lighten skin on my people, and, but sometimes it's not skin lightening. And I love you at InStyle magazine, but they're not getting it. This is a whole washed out cover. Those pastel colors and the lighting, you put enough light on somebody, you can blow out you in the front row, sir. You know what I'm saying? Put enough lighting on you and you can be blown out to be the color of, Kerry Washington here. And then people were saying that they didn't recognize Kerry. Well, I'm gonna defend her again. Of course you don't recognize her because she's always, first of all, she's always so buttoned up. Everything is, and I mean that in a good way, she's a well put together woman. This woman right here looks like she wants to have fun. And we're not used to seeing her like that. This right here. And also, riddle me this. Why would they need to lighten her skin? I know what you're saying, so that the magazine is more appealing, so white people and other than blacks will buy the magazine. But guess what? She's got the #1 show on TV. That doesn't just happen by black viewership. And she's her color on the show. I just feel like sometimes people do lighten purposely, but we can't just brush lightening with a broad stroke, And we called the people, by the way, at InStyle magazine, because they're our friends, and they denied lightening her skin. I don't believe they lightened her skin. Now that I've explained to you in a little bit about lighting, clap if you think that they lightened her skin. Oh. Wow. Maybe she's bleaching. Which, no, she's not. No, she is not bleaching. But that's a whole nother thing that's going on in my community, is that apparently there are a lot of people who bleach their skin. I don't know exactly what how far the bleaching goes, whether it's just, the face or if it's everywhere. Remember that baseball player that bleached the heck out of his skin? Sammy Sosa? Do we have a picture? Did I just say that randomly, so we don't have a picture? We don't have a picture. Google that, though. Anyway, shout out to you, Kerry. Shout out to you, InStyle magazine. So this Jessica Simpson, she runs the billion-dollar empire with all that great affordable stuff. She's known more for that these days than she is singing. And since nobody's buying music, thank God she secured a second job, with a billion-dollar empire. Well, you know what? She's frugal. Reportedly, she makes her nannies and her husband, Eric, cut coupons. And she loves to buy generic, and she gives items from her clothing line to friends as gifts. Well, we all know the story of wealthy people who die broke. Fred Sanford. Do we need to go into the long list? Do we need to go into the long list in Hollywood of people who were once very wealthy and then they end up dying broke? And it's just a mess. I'll tell you, I have my frugal ways, but I won't clip a coupon. And I couldn't imagine asking my husband, because he's not working and he stays at home with the kids all day. And so he's staying at home with the kids and he's clipping coupons. I mean, it's helpful, but it's not hot. But in my opinion, it makes her more relatable to, common girls. And even though I don't clip a coupon, I have an appreciation for her clipping coupons. I really do, because that clipping coupon goes right along with her brand of affordable clothes and the handbags and stuff. I have my own very cheap ways. The grocery store is my luxury. Like when I go to the grocery store, if I want it, you know, I buy. That's my luxury. You know, I'm not clipping a coupon. When I get in there, it's my luxury. It really is. Like I like the good orange juice, not the off-brand orange juice. I'm not bragging. I'm just being revealing to you that you know. And I buy as much as I want, and I use tissues like this. I blow my nose with 5 tissues, throw them away. I mean, it's just a luxury. But I'll tell you what, my favorite place to get leggings is Walgreens. Oh, they're $5.99. You like Walgreens leggings too, lady with the good hair? Let me tell you something. The leggings have the fleece on the inside, right? They don't have a seam up in the middle, so they're not camel toeing you. They come in small, medium, and large in like a bag, like a sock. And I love my Walgreens leggings. And well, I won't tell you some of my other cheap. Oh, well, I love to also do my own. Like I am cheap to the point where my husband gets after me. He's like, "You work, damn it," and I'm like, "No," but you know. And even like buying a handbag, like I'll buy myself. I like a good handbag, but I always have to stand as I'm, you know, modeling it in a store and do cost per wear. So when you see me in these streets and you see me still wearing the same handbag from years ago, because it's cost per wear. I'm too cheap. I'm not gonna have a whole closet full of expensive bags and only wear them sometimes. You gotta be kidding. Right? Are you having a good time? Terrific. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Paris Hilton's brother, you need to go to jail. And yes, I'm judging. And all my co-hosts are gonna judge too. I know these people. His name is Conrad, and he may be facing 20 years in prison. I say he needs to do at least 10. Because Conrad, young man, what you have done is despicable and horrible. I'm gonna tell you what he did, but you know I like a dramatic buildup. All right, so he's 20 years old. He was arrested for going berserk on an airplane flight. No, not just berserk, hon. This is the worst berserk you've ever heard. He threatened to kill the flight crew. He called passengers peasants. Then he goes in the bathroom and smokes not just a cigarette, but a bone. Exactly, who does that? And then, you know what he did? He used toilet tissue to moistened it to put over the ringer. Well, that shows he didn't spend a day in college, because in college you learn. In college, you learn to take the battery out and wet a bath towel and put it at the door. But, okay, hold on. Has anybody here ever taken a sleeping pill? Come on, I'm not calling you. No, clap, we don't raise hands. Clap if you've taken a sleeping pill. You know I hate being left out of movement. That's a movement I don't even want to be a part of. There's many nights that I toss and turn and I can't sleep, and I've asked about the sleeping pills and stuff, but I don't like that they say you might kill somebody in the middle of the night, or that you might binge eat in your refrigerator, or that you might jump out of the window like you can fly. Like these sleeping pills, they have, and a few people on my staff have taken them, you know, not abused them, and said take it, and they've told me stories also. So I'm like, well, I'll just toss and turn all night and use extra makeup in the morning, because I ain't jumping out of a window. But, so they say, so this kid says that he took a sleeping pill, one sleeping pill, and that this sleeping pill had him go berserk. Now, what I would like to ask you, because there was one person on my staff who said, well, that could absolutely happen, you know, based on his experience. Clap if that could absolutely happen when you go berserk. Then why do you continue to take them? Like he would have been better off just smoking the weed, because that makes you good and tired. Like, so now, in berating the other passengers, he's telling them, you know, so what? He said, my father will buy his way out of it. He was alleged to have told everybody, as he calls them peasants, last thing he bought me out of was $300,000. You know, basically he was saying also that his family owns the universe. And mind you, he's 20 years old. He said he was on a sleeping pill, so we're gonna go with that. So he finally fell asleep. Listen. And when he fell asleep, the stewardesses all got together and restrained him. Yes. But the thing is that when he woke up, he was like King Kong with the chains attached to him. Rah! Rah! pilot landed the plane. The cops came on, the air marshals, everybody, and carted this boy off. And we cannot let people start getting away with stuff like this. I mean, if we let this Conrad Hilton off, it's gonna be setting a bad precedent for everybody else who won't get off. Can you imagine being trapped in a plane with a madman? I mean, other than Kim, a lot of us don't know that experience. A lot of us don't know that experience. Anyway, good luck trying to get your behind out of this one, Conrad. Conrad is due in court in March, and I am definitely going to be following this story. Despicable. Did you guys see Magic Mike 1? Clap. Well, I heard a man say woo. Clap if you saw Magic Mike 1. Clap if you're going to be seeing Magic Mike, the sequel. Oh. They held their audience. Channing Tatum, Joe Manganiello, and the rest, they're all back for the sequel. I've got the sneak peek. It's our hot clip of the day. Hit it. The thing is, I can appreciate it, but I'm not that glued to it. Like, I love Megan. I think that this guy, Channing Tatum, he's a great-looking guy. Manganiello, fabulous looking. I've just never been a girl into that cheesiness. Like, if you ever surprise me with a man jumping out of a cake and shaking his junk at me, I would have to give you a two-piece. I can't. Like, going to a strip club, I know a lot of you girls like that, these Magic Mike movies. I am not into, like, really? But Magic Mike, the first one, only cost $7 million to make, and it ended up grossing like $150 million. So Magic Mike 2, I'm sure will do even better, and it's called Magic Mike XXL. It hits theaters July 1st. Keep clapping, because we've got more show for you. All month long, we're giving away Walt Disney World vacations during our Grand Fantasy giveaway. And later in the show, we're gonna play a special Disney edition of Race the Clock. One lucky audience member has the chance to win a Disney gift card worth $1,000.